Relax, enjoy this environment. It's a beautiful night. The moon's already joined us, even though the stars haven't quite come out yet. No, I'm not dancing. It's tempting. Anyway, thank you for coming. We've been coming out to the Paramount Ranch for 35 years, and you heard the story of how we ended up here. Despite my interest and love of silent films, I don't know why I never knew about Clarence Brown living here. I don't know why I'd never been to this place. I guess I was so in love with Paramount Ranch as this, studio filming ranch that it never occurred to me to go much beyond that. There's other great things here in the Santa Monica Mountains that need to be discovered and need to be enjoyed. So it's so wonderful to have this ranch serve as a substitute. People are saying, well, are you going to go back? And I'm like, well, I don't know. This is really great. When I found out there was a plug up here on this little stage, they've been waiting for us. They've been waiting for us to come out here. And this lovely former stable designed by Wallace Neff, I mean, just really incredible. And the property and just beautiful. So Hollywood Heritage owns the Hollywood Heritage Museum, which is the DeMille barn that Paramount basically was born in 1913 when DeMille came out and began making films. I hope you go, if you haven't been there already, I hope you can go see the museum. It's open usually on Saturdays and Sundays, but check the website and make sure, because with the Hollywood Bowl in season, things get a little crazy because it's right in the parking lot of the Hollywood Bowl. So I want to invite you there. Also want to tell you that without Mike Malone here, who is now retired, this is his retirement, right? He was supposed to go back with his family to New York, and that was another reason why I thought, well, maybe 35 was the magic number for Silence Under the Stars. And when he said, no, you need to come see this, and I saw it, I'm like, and he says, I'm going to be here. I'm like, okay, we can do this. So I'm really happy to be able to continue, and literally we do owe it all to Mike. And Ken Lowe as well has been very helpful over the years. I want to thank him. I love park rangers. In fact, I'm going to spend a few days with a friend of mine who became a park ranger, and I've never met a park ranger I didn't like. Some of them are a little more park, and some of them are a little more ranger. And I have to kind of figure that out. But the great thing about park rangers is they really love their job, they really love their environment, and they really love sharing it with people. So really grateful to all the park rangers and the jobs that they do. I want to tell you a little bit about this film. It was based on a book called The Green Hat. It is not called The Green Hat, and that is because the book was published in 1925, and in 1925, if you said The Green Hat, I don't even know how to compare it, but it was kind of like saying what saying Valley of the Dolls in the 60s meant, or what saying Fear of Flying in the 80s meant. It was a very controversial, very multi-layered, kind of messy book that a lot of people thought should not be made into a movie. I don't know what all the ages of the ears are here, so I'm being a little delicate, but and I also don't want to offend anybody, but you'll figure it out. There was, those of you may know that there was the Coca-Cola originally had an ingredient in it that isn't really legal now. That was in this book. There were people of the same gender involved in things that were not legal then and are somewhat controversial now, changing, but everybody's got an opinion. That was in the book. There was a disease that you got in a very particular way that people didn't like, and that was in the book. So when MGM said we want to make a film out of this book in 1928, they're like, number one, it cannot be called The Green Hat. So they had to come up with another title. Woman of Affairs isn't exactly subtle, but it was a little bit more veiled, I guess, and the relationship wasn't as obvious. And then they put Greta Garbo and John Gilbert in it, and they were like the biggest romantic couple on the screen at the time. They had made a film called Flesh and the Devil, another interesting title, that when they met, there was like instant electricity, and everybody, you could see it on the screen. They were supposed to get married in a double wedding, and Greta Garbo got cold feet and backed out. That was before they made this film. So you could imagine how making another film, their relationship was a little bit different. So anyway, it's a very interesting film. It's very Art Deco, at the top of Art Deco filmmaking. Very stylish with the costumes designed by Adrian. The silent technical film world at its peak at the top studio, MGM. And it's got these incredible stars in this very kind of eclectic, electric environment. And it's directed by Clarence Brown, who was really a very well respected and admired director. So, and here we are on the property that would eventually become his ranch. He later allowed filming here on the ranch for some MGM productions for short outdoor scenes and things like that. So there is a movie culture here as well. So this was a popular film. It made a lot of money. It was nominated for Best Screenplay in the second Academy Awards, one of the few silent films that second year to be nominated for anything because sound had come in. They hadn't made a sound film with Garbo or Gilbert yet. MGM was really delaying its entry into sound pictures because they wanted to make sure that their stars could survive, and frankly, not all of them did. Ironically, Garbo with the thick Swedish accent survived. John Gilbert did not, for whatever reason. So I hope you enjoy seeing this film. I hope you enjoy hearing the crickets as musical background. But just in case that's not enough for you, we're going to have even more appropriate music provided by the wonderful, long time, all but one, I think, accompanist for Silence Under the Stars. And he's really terrific and has, is this your new, brand new, what do you call it, a piano? Electric piano. Okay, it's a technical term. Anyway, thank you very much for coming. Tell all your friends, and come back in August when we show Rudolph Valentino's Eagle. Did you have something else, Mike? Yeah.